for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Gregg Smart.
Gregg and Pam got married on May 7th, 1989.
We gave them a very beautiful wedding. We look forward to having grandchildren.
Pam Smart was decked out like Princess Diana. The big, poofy, white wedding dress. He was handsome in a steel gray tuxedo.
When you look at the photographs and the video of that wedding, I don't know that I've seen a happier couple.
I was only 21 years old when I got married. I was very much in love with my husband. I thought that Gregg and I would have a fulfilling future, that we would have a family and children.
Do you still feel married to your husband?
I do, and you know, it's weird that you would ask me that because I was just filling out an application for something for in here yesterday, and it says, are you married? And I put yes, you know, and date of marriage, because I am still married. I'm widowed, but I'm still married.
The couple moved back to New Hampshire.
They move into a very well-to-do neighborhood in a beautiful condominium.
Derry, New Hampshire's nickname is the Space Town. It's named because it was the home of Alan Shepard, the astronaut. The poet Robert Frost comes from there.
Something we were withholding made us weak.
Pamela got a job with the public school system, and she became the media liaison among about a dozen public schools.
She's introducing students into television. She was able to write press releases. She was able to create content. This job by no means was what her career ambition was, but it was a stepping stone.
I had a very good job. I made a lot of money for myself. I was 22 years old. I had a 40-something-year-old secretary. I had a job where I had 4 weeks paid vacation, full medical, dental, all of that. I was my own boss. I really made my own money.
Gregg sort of settled down a little bit. He cut off his long hair. He went into the respectable insurance business with his father.
So years later, when Pam Smart's case is so infamous, there are TV movies being made about it. There's a scene in Murder in New Hampshire where Gregg's haircut is made out to be the first sign of trouble.
I remember exactly filming that scene on the doorstep when Gregg comes home. Pam looks at him and hardly recognizes him. He's shorn, he's cut everything off. And instead of being pleased, she's absolutely horrified.
Your hair, what happened to your hair?
Oh, the barber's still sweeping it up even as we speak.
He's gotten a haircut because he's gotten a job. Horrified, she goes, "You cut your hair." And he says,
Pam, I may look like Donald Trump, but I still feel like John Bon Jovi.
She may have dated a rocker, but she married an insurance agent.
Real life sets in. He became an insurance salesman. She got a good job. Pretty soon it was a routine.
It seemed that this couple had everything going for them. Good jobs, a nice rented home, good furniture. They even had a little dog.
So on the surface, it looks great. It's just not going to turn out that way.
Gregg was working a lot, and he would work at night, go to people's homes, pitch insurance policies, and Pam was left alone.
When she first met her husband, he was kind of a rocker rebel, which is why she was drawn to him. And then after marriage, segued into this very traditional role.
Her mother later told me that during this period, it seemed like Pam finally stopped focusing on just work and became more social, but a little immaturely social. She started to hang around with the high school students when she went to work every day.
Gregg's working all the time. Pamela's hanging out with teenagers. This marriage is getting bumpy.
They were very young, which probably helped their marriage to deteriorate. Clearly, there was a dynamic that wasn't working.
In her first year of marriage, her husband had come home and talked to her about having an affair. And I think it crushed her deeply.
I was very much in love with my husband from the time he was my boyfriend through when he was my husband, and he had an affair. And when that happened, I was devastated. I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought that I wasn't good enough.
So she was feeling like her husband had betrayed her.
In that exclusive interview with Diane Sawyer, Pam Smart remembers the night her husband didn't come home from work.
One night I went to bed and I was expecting him to come home, and when I woke the next morning, he wasn't there. He was out with a friend of his, and he had been drinking, so he decided to stay at his house. And it turns out that that wasn't what happened.
What did happen?
He had met someone, and he had stayed with her the night.
Was he sorry? Was it a fight? What happened?
I was very angry, and I was very hurt.
Did it change the marriage?
Well, I believe it made me less trustworthy. It had an effect on my self-esteem. I had thought originally that it was just, you know, he and I, and now I realized that someone could come between that, and I was scared of that.
When he cheated on her, it obviously broke her heart and changed her, changed the marriage. That's the turning point in this story, his affair.
Pam had no idea that a chance encounter was about to change her world forever.
I fell in love with her.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.